Um, for those of you who might not know me, I'm Rich Brown. I worked with Skip. Well, we worked for the same company. Skip was in sales, I was in shipping. I know that many of you were expecting Jerry Hirsch to give this eulogy. I know I was, but Jerry has the chicken pox, if you can believe that. He called me this morning, and it's very contagious, so he couldn't be here today. What are the odds of a guy like Jerry getting the chicken pox at the last minute like this? Boy, I don't know, but I've been asked to say a few words in his place. I'll do my best. It won't be easy. It's never easy to remember somebody after they're gone like this, especially someone like Skip. Yes, it's true he's gone, but I know that Skip is here with us in spirit. We're here to celebrate Skip's spirit. Skip was a spirited man. To be honest, I didn't know Skip all that well, not as well as Jerry. He was more of a friend, I guess you could say. I played golf a few times with Skip. I know he loved the game. He sure loved to play golf. I can see him on the course right now at the first tee. Place your bets, gentlemen. And he loved to win, too, or maybe he hated to lose. I'm not sure. Probably he loved to win. He won every time I played with him. That guy wanted to win so badly that he, Skip would never cheat. I wouldn't say that, but he'd get an edge somehow. Like his handicap, it was adjustable, if you know what I mean, and he would pick up the ball to improve his lie after just about every shot. Or a few strokes would disappear, or he'd shout when you were in the middle of your backswing, kneel you when you were about to putt, little things like that. Good old Skip. He was a real competitor, always finding some way to win, and Skip really wanted to win. That Skip was a winner at golf. And softball. I was on a softball team with Skip for part of a season a few years ago. Skip loved softball and going to the bar after. I remember Skip had a little deal he ran there, too. What a crazy guy. He'd always buy the first round when he'd walk in. Drinks are on me, he'd say. So everybody would know that good old Skip was buying, but most of the team wasn't there yet, see? They were still on the way, so good old Skip would be springing for what we'd call a short round. And that was the last time you'd see his wallet the rest of the night. Guy didn't miss a trick. And he could soak up the suds. Skip could. I wasn't surprised when I heard about his blood alcohol level. What was it, 1.7? I guess the thing we can all be thankful for is that he didn't take anybody else with him that night. I mean, it's a tragedy that he's gone. We can never replace a guy like good old Skip. I don't want to forget to mention that Skip, as a family man, he was a good provider. Skip was one heck of a salesman, one of the best. I think maybe it was because he was always working in the shadow of his father, the old man he called him. It's not easy when your dad runs the company. People think maybe you're riding his coattails or whatever, but not Skip. Skip was always out on the road. He'd do anything for a sale. God, I remember one story which is really vintage Skip. He was truly unbelievable. This one customer was on the bubble, and it was a huge order, plus near the end of the year, and Skip was dying to get the guy to sign. Like I say, he'd do anything. It was a point of honor with him. And so what does he do? Get this. He starts hitting on the guy's homely daughter, takes her out on a date, they drink too much, and then he asks her to marry him. I'm serious. And of course she says yes, and the next day the guy signs because Skip is practically one of the family. What an operator. But that's not all. Oh, hell no. The guy signed, and Skip and the dog take off. They elope to Las Vegas, where Skip pays some guy he's never seen before $500 to pretend he's a doctor, and he's got the results of the blood test they have to take before they can get married. Skip tells the guy to say that he's HIV positive, he's got AIDS, which he does, and Skip tells the customer's homely daughter that he loves her, but he can't marry her, he can't do that, he could never give her a child because he's got this disease. He must have gotten it from a blood transfusion, and he's only got about a year to live. And he's her freaking hero. I mean, she's sobbing over him, and she wants to go ahead with it anyway. She loves him. She idolizes him. But he refuses, and finally he ditches her in Vegas, and before he left the next morning, he won $5,000 playing blackjack. What a guy. Skip loved to tell that story. Everybody made out, he'd say. I got the order, the guy got the best machine on the market, and she got a free trip to Vegas. Skip took the $5,000 he won in Vegas and bought one of those new widescreen TVs for his family. He loved his family. There wasn't anything he wouldn't have done for them. I can't remember how many times he said how he wished he could spend more time with them. He always carried their pictures. He really loved his family. And he loved you too, Melissa, his special friend. Skip had a lot of special friends. He was on the road a lot, and Skip was a very outgoing guy. He was a real people person, and Skip always took good care of his friends. I know he took good care of you, Melissa, and I know you'll miss him a lot, like we all will. Skip was big on community, too. Gave to all the charities, United Way, and not just for the tax write-off either. He really believed in that stuff, helping his fellow man. He never got into politics directly, but I know he supported many candidates. He was what you call bipartisan. He contributed money to everybody's campaign. Somebody's got to win, was the way he put it, and as I said before, Skip was a winner. He loved to play pool. I know all the angles, he'd say, and he loved to play poker. I never bluff, he'd say. I can hear him laughing now. I bet he's playing now in heaven. Good luck, God. I know we're all going to miss good old Skip. Good old Skip. He was one of those guys who was just larger than life, as they say, and now that he's gone, I guess life seems a little smaller.